remember the name.
All right, step one. Again, this is a 2006 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. So we're going to be taking the factory radio out, and we're going to be putting in a Bluetooth radio. So, and haven't been able to connect to my phone for 4 years driving this thing. It's going to be nice. So, step one, I suggest you can use a knife, but an install tool like this will keep you from messing your dash up. So you're going to want to get it behind this piece right here and pop this open. That's where you start. Now I've got it loose already. So you'll pop that, pull this forward, and then right here, don't break this one. You want to put your fingers in there, make sure you pull it all the way out. I'll turn it over and let you see that it's a different kind. See that right there? And there ain't a whole lot holding that in there. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. If you don't got a pry tool, yeah, you can use a screwdriver, but just be real easy with it. You don't want to scratch your dash and stuff up. Well, at least I don't. If you don't care, hey, go for it. So we can discard that for now. We're gonna move on to step two. All right, step two, you're gonna have 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've already taken them out. They're right there. I magnetized my screwdriver. Forgot. Anyway, take them 4 out, and then this is ready to pull. Now, that's step one. That's how easy it is to get that out. Now we're gonna move on to step two. Okay, here we are at step 2. You're gonna wanna pop your antenna. I guess precariously position this on the gear shifter. These right here, very simple. Grab them with your thumb. Oh, sorry. I'm doing this one-handed, so grab them with your thumb, pull them out. Same there, grab it with your thumb, pull it out. This may have been a replacement already. Inprax, 100% certified. So I think this has been replaced before, and I didn't know that. It wasn't by me, it was by the previous owner. So I did notice it was really dirty though. So, and it's got foil on the bottom. Yeah, I think this was somebody had already replaced this. All right, we're gonna move on to step 3. This radio still works, so I'm gonna save it as a backup or maybe sell it. But I want a Bluetooth, so that's the only reason we're doing this. All right, we're gonna move on to step 3. That's step 2, you got it out. Here we are on step 3. I bought this on Amazon. This is it's a Metra 99-6507. It's a nice little kit. Comes with your parts, and it fits right in the factory position. So that's what I'm going to be using. There are different ones out there. You may be wanting to put a double dent in, which will be a different kit. I'm just letting you know the one I'm using today. You can see it's for Chrysler Jeep. I think it fits 04 to 2010 Jeeps. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what Amazon said, so you can check that for yourself. And we're going to move forward. Next on our list, we're going to be using a Tramps AM Player 400. This is a 400 watts, so 100 watts per channel, 4 channels. It says amplifier and player, but I'm really just interested in, see that BT right there? That's what I want. It does come with a remote, which I didn't know, which is cool. We are going to be running some RCAs today just because we're going to use them later. And I noticed a cool thing. On your front channels and your rear channels, you have high pass HPF and LPF, so high pass frequency and low pass frequency crossover. Really cool. I did not even know that when I ordered it. So, and it's USB, so you can put all your stuff on a thumb drive, just pop it in and let her play. So that's the head unit we're going to be using today. And I will say that this is not one of those little stubby ones. This is a full size, which I think is a lot better player. And like you see, it is a 400 watt. So I did already open these, but we will be using Stinger for our RCA cables. I think when you get to this part, don't skimp. I know these are a little bit higher than most cables, but you will never go wrong with Stingers. These are amazing cables, amazing signal quality, and I think they're 20 bucks. And it's not like they're just stupid expensive, but Stinger has good stuff. We'll go ahead and include them, but yes, Stinger. Next in line, We won't be using the factory speakers or speaker locations. We're going to be using a sound wall behind the seat. So what I like to do is, for my right channels, I'm going to use red and black. For my left channels, I'm going to use purple and black. So, see there? So I really won't have a rear and a back. I'll just have right and left because they're all four going to be in the same position. So I like to do that. I know it's 100 foot. We're not going to use all that. And I got 14, but look, these are just going to power some 6.5s. 14 gauge is plenty. You know, I run 12 and everything else, but it's all high wattage. This is just going to be 100 watts. This wire is really easy to strip. It pulls easy. It runs easy. It's coated well. If you can zoom in on there, get you some specs. 14 gauge speaker wire. See, soft flex jacket. I like this wire. So I don't remember what this wire is. I want to say these are about 15 bucks a roll. Don't quote me on that. I think it's an Amazon only. There you go. Pop it up, look at it. I'm not sponsored, but hey, if you want to sponsor me, here I am. So this will be what I'll be running from the front to the back for all four of the output channels from the main deck. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you real quick what I did here. This is going to be simpler than most, but I'm going to show you what I did. We're not using any of the factory speakers, okay? So all I literally did is I took the two grounds and I took the two hot wires, okay? I pulled them together and I put a Wago quick connect on, and that's all our radio is going to run off of. Everything else is going to be standalone. We're going to run RCAs, and we're going to run our own wire all the way back to our rear speaker panel, and that's all we're going to use. So hopefully that makes sense, because we don't need the CAN bus or anything like that to communicate or any of that good stuff. This truck does have a factory amp in the back, and that's why it is wired this way. But we're not going to use it, period. So it's just going to be standalone. I should just get back there and unplug it. That way it's not on when I turn the car on, but it takes quite a bit of work, and I'm just going to do that right now. So, all right, we're going to move forward, and I will get the radio out, and I'll show you how we're going to put it together. This part, I'm going to show you the back of the head unit here. Another reason I like these Tramp units, the wiring diagram's right on the back. And this was that cool feature I was showing you about the front and rear. You can select low pass frequency, full, or high pass frequency. Right now, we're just going to run them both on full. We're going to be running some 6.5-inch scars that will handle 400 watts. And this is only going to be pushing 100, so not real, worried. And that's we'll be hooking up our Stinger RCA outs. So what I got going over here, trying to show you guys, a little hard to hold this in. So what I do is I got my power and my accessory wire wired together, just see, like I did my red here. Let me get some of this out of the way real quick. The ground wires, okay, let me show you this. See right here? Yellow is battery plus. 3 and 8. Oh yeah, black and black is ground. I was reading that wrong for some reason. 4 is red accessory, and 5 is going to be remote out, which I'm going to leave 5 capped, but I did cap it. When we come back and we do our wiring system for the amp, I will go ahead and run a remote wire. That's why I'm really doing this sort of temporary right now. So I'm just using these Wago quick connects, because we are going to be pulling this right back out in about a week. So I don't see any reason of hardwiring this or, taping it all up. It's not going to be in here very long. So, but you can see on our channels right here, see 1 and 2 is, which will be your purple wires, is your right rear and right front, which is a little strange. That's your right channels. So you really got to pay attention. Your positive, negative. So they'd be right rear, front, left rear. So you really got to pay attention to the way those are numbered. So for I don't know if you realize that. So purple, number 1, is going to be your positive for your rear, okay? But 7, okay, which is your green wire. I guess it's showing that 7 is your left rear. So anyway, you got to pay attention to that. It's a little odd the way that's done. So, yep. But if you'll look, it's just labeled up and down. So 1 and 2 is right rear. See 3 and 4 right front. 5 and 6 left front. 7 and 8, you know, left rear. So you just got to pay attention. They're up and down. I'll show you that real quick. See right here. See 1 and 2. So purples are your right rear. Gray is your right front. White is your left front. And green will be your left rear. Pretty simple. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get this some wire run, and I'll get back with you, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so right now I'm working on the wire. Just gonna show you real quick what I did here. So I cut my 4 strands, each at 20 feet. So you'll see I got 2 purples and I got 2 red strands. These will be for my 2 right channels, and these will be for my 2 left channels. And I just cut them off the spools, and I'm gonna wire them in and pull them in the dash and get them wired in, and then literally we're going to hook those to the radio, hook up our power. Oh, gotta do RCA's. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead of it. Anyway, just got my wire cut. You can see I did 20 foot, which is a little bit excess, but I made this because it's going to be a party box, so when I go to the lake I can pull this out, set it on top, and let her jam, you know what I mean? So see, I wanted to stop for a minute here and talk about wire. I'm going to show you these cables I'm using, and I want to show you guys. Some of you may need, you know, like, why is he talking about this? Everybody knows that. Well, some of you may be new installers, so I want to show you something. Now, these are Stinger, shielded. Wow, come on, focus now. I had it focused the whole thing. Twisted pair, directional. Okay, everybody watching, that's directional. That means these only travel in one direction. Okay, audiophile grade, audio interconnect. Okay, and then it shows you right here, the direction is going that way. That means your head unit is on this side and your amp is on this side. So that means it's going from your head unit to the amp. Okay, it's very important. You guys do them backwards and you'll have problems. I just want to show everybody that real quick. So see, I got connects here. Usually go to the head unit, and then it's hard to see. See the direction going that way? That will go from the head unit to the amp. That's the direction your signal's going. So I just want to show you that, and you know, the little tip. So I've put one of these backwards before and beat my head against the wall, you know. And I think some of them even work backwards. I just don't think they work good, you know what I mean? So yeah, keep that in mind. Like I said, these are Stingers. I'm not supported, but hey, Stinger, if you want to, I'll gladly put you on here. But I think Stinger is one of the best. Stinger wire is this a 6000 series. There you go. Just so you guys know what I'm using. I think they're worth the 20 bucks all day long. I think that's what I paid for them, which is a steal for good connectors. So, and the quality, these will plug in and they'll stay. They won't loosen on you, which is another big plus you get from good cables. So keep that in mind. All right, so I told you I was gonna pull some wire. I didn't show it, man. It's hanging out of the bottom right now. But I went ahead and pulled my loom up. I like to put some zip ties on my loom. It makes it easy to pull through the dash. They do sell a flexible rubber tool that's got wire in it for pulling. I just don't have one. I've always done it this way. So as you can see, I got right channel, left channel, left channel. And that's how I like to wire my stuff. I like red for the rights and purples for the lefts. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, that's just the way I like to do it. So it keeps me tracking in the right direction. So I guess I'm gonna pull this this cable now. I think would be my next big move that I need to make. And then I will get back with you guys as soon as I get that done. I just don't have a way to really like record while I'm doing this. You can see I'm pulling right through there, and that's where, if you see the rest of that room on the right hand side, my RCA's will go through there, because the vent comes in and then you have this steel bracket that runs along both sides. It's part of the dash. So that hole right there is just a perfect place to go. Now I will say this, be careful when you're doing this, and make sure if you screw into this hole, make sure these wires are pulled away from that so you don't screw into them. That's the only bad thing about being right there. You know, so there's nothing I can really do about that. That's just how it's made. So just take that into mind when you do it. You may want to take a different route and go all the way through the bottom by where the air conditioner stuff and back through there. It's just a really big pain. So, you know, do it at your own risk and your own discretion. But I like going through that hole on these Jeeps. It's just really simple and it's already there. If you want, it's nice. I mean, these are really thick rubber, but put you some black tape right there where they're going to sit against that metal. That metal's not sharp, but you know, it's still abrasive. So wrap it in black tape where it's going to sit right there. So if you ever think it's going to rub or something, or man, cut you a piece of water hose, or I've cut like, you know, some radiator hose, like small stuff, you know, like 1 inch, and just stick in there as a grommet. You know, be creative. That's how this stuff gets done, and that's how things work. So you can see right down there where I don't know if you can see my foot. No, you can't see my foot. I was hoping you could. Well, you can see my shadow. Oh, there you almost see it. There's my foot. So I'm going to shoot right through that hole with this RCA cable. I guess I should have brought you guys along. I just snapped this back in the same way I took it out. I forgot to record. Sometimes I'm just getting a rush and, you know, try to get stuff done. But so here we go. Key's not on, so it should work. I wired it direct. There she is in Bluetooth mode. Thing's dusty somehow. Okay. Well, I can't hook my phone to it because I'm recording with my phone, but no antenna. So that's radio. We got static, so we got sound coming through the rears. So I'm gonna hook my phone up and play some music, and thank you guys for coming along.
Box cuts, wants a story be told, crisp clarity. Every note feels so alive. This ain't just a sound, it's a whole new vibe.